Oh my god. Hey guys, this is Dark Place Rising Angels Reborn. Oh my god. I just played for the past, like, I don't know, 20 minutes and was at a particularly emotional part. Looked up to see how long I'd been recording because, you know, I was like, okay, I should probably end this soon. And realized that the dang thing wasn't even recording. Oh my god. I'm so sad, guys. So sad. A girl would be proud of the Draymond you've become. So yeah, it's her older sister figure that died when she was younger, died protecting her. And I'm basically saying that she would be proud of how strong she's become. And that's sweet. I'm not nearly strong enough yet, but someday. You're stronger than you know. Even if you won't ever play me a song. I miss it. I miss playing those soft melodies and seeing everyone's mood lift after a tough day. But I don't get that luxury now. I have to be strong and be a protector. I don't get that luxury anymore. And just like I don't get the luxury of questioning myself when I've still got a job to do. The timer on the translator program still has almost a day. Why don't you show me a few moves? That's more like it. Let's do it on the bridge and get everyone involved. That sounds dangerous. Blech. Natalie. Hey, I don't think he has the footwork to pull it off. I can move around better than you in your massive weeks, but we have a crisis to deal with first. There's always another crisis. He could find our missing ship. I passed Lolz sprinting down the hall before any other words came out of his mouth. I can still salvage this. I can still become an admiral. Because that's the most important thing. Talk to me. Guess who found it? And it certainly wasn't Miss Mystery. Shut up, Lieutenant. What did we find? I'm the one who found the wreckage, not we. I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I could have sworn you said wreckage. I know human hearing is poor, but I said it perfectly clear. Look. And despite my willingness for her words to be false, the drifting remains of twisted metal and debris tell the truth of the situation. This cold, dead wreckage is nothing more than a floating junkyard. My heart falls silent, my brain unable to process the chaos in front of me. Only one word can pierce the frozen synapses. Failure. I failed. I got here second. I should have known the destruction of the ship would be the Empire's goal. I should have tried harder to find it before. Those days where I just sat around and stared at the wall, I could have used them better. How, I don't know, but I should have. There's no positive way to spin this report. Sorry, Commander, I dallied, and the Rowtons got here first. They may have a weapon that the research teams thought could end the universe. My bad. I'd be lucky if they settle for demoting me to flight officer. I could see prison time for negligence, depending on the presiding official. There has to be something I can do. I have to be able to salvage this situation. Are there any sort of distress beacons? Try all the standard emergency frequencies, military and civilian. Radios are dead. Try again. Sure, Natalie. There's not going to be any. It was a self-destruct. That does seem to be the most likely cause of the devastation before us. This is a great shame. This is why I had to break into the lab to hear the recording. Did you not hear the man? All humans death? He said he was going to do this. I swear. Were you asleep at the battle aboard the Xeon? That's plasma burns along the ship. Somebody fired upon the ship. Still giving me a faint smile. Blah, 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 blah. Trying to make me feel better. It does nothing to soothe the pain of my heart. If I had trusted my friend more, maybe we could have found a way to get here first. You seek to blame others when you cannot accept the truth, my dear Kylie. What are your thoughts on the matter? As a pretty smart engineer, does this not say self-destruction? Why are these two together? I don't understand. She's so cute and adorable and nice, and he's so tall and mean. Mean! The researchers could have overloaded the engines. They might have caused markings like that. Bull poop. It was the dang Rowtons. You seek to blame Boogeyman. Do you have proof? Then we must conclude that the facts are correct. This was a self-destruct by a potentially delusional researcher, torn with the loss of people. Could you not understand his painful decision? I need to be strong. Now is the time to play my hand before the truth is lost forever. At the desert camp, Zuri was also attacked when she rescued Lieutenant Star and Captain Moonfollow. I gathered a sample of the toxin and checked it against my database. It was a known Rowton nerve agent. That would be a convincing, convenient counter to me. Do you happen to have proof? Of course I do. Computer, tell us the results of the chemical scan performed in the past week by me. Processing. No interest found. Run all scans of any type by me. Processing, no interest found. But I was there! Because you aren't totally biased towards your crust. Can't be happening. I know it was done. I know it. Am I losing my mind? Mind your rank, isn't that what you're always screaming at for, Kylie? The colonel is correct, Major. Just because you do not like the facts presented to you does not give you a reason to be unprofessional. But he tampered with Natalie's data. But how could he have soul? In case you've forgotten your desire to be Natalie's White Knight, nobody, and I mean nobody, has access privileges to the central computer. Sorry, Natalie. Thanks for trying, Soul. It would seem like this case is closed, unless you have any objections, Major. So we should make for Catagen Space and report what has transpired here. Did it end so easily? No. There has to be something we can do. I can't just give up now. The universe is in danger and everyone is counting on me. I can't let the sacrifices made to get me here be wasted. My mind drifts to Faye, alone in her room, clutching her grudge from the burning pains of agony. I think of Kiko hiding the fate of her lost family. Do the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many? Is it my place to make that call? Either way, I must. We haven't even done a survey of the wreckage. Of course I'm going to object to this. Can't you just accept reality without fighting so much? It's not my job. So what? The job is wasting our time and limited resources? We're running low on food, Commander. We should go home. These two are... I just want to punch them in the face. They are quite right. Wreckage surveys can take days to do a proper search. It would be folly to waste our resources. You just don't want her to find the truth of what happened. Temper. Soul's right. We have scanners and stuff, searching for waves and particulars and stuff. Do you even hear yourself talk? If I may, the lieutenant has a point. Doing scans won't take more than a few hours. Nor will an initial run with the recovery drone. Do you want to give up on the truth so easily, Kika? This is the first time I've seen you wimp out, proving yourself correct, Calcat, Major. It's a term of affection. Fine, we'll do your scans. I'll prove you wrong, and then we can go home. Deal? This is acceptable to me, Major Pusil. Alright, let's do it. If there is the slightest chance of being able to get a positive end to this, I need to give it my all. I just have to put my faith in my crew, even if some of them are turning against me. Well, these two are a-holes. Hate them. Nah. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Every second of waiting makes the anxiety increase by 1,000-fold. My two, not my best friends, and their idle chat aren't making it any better. What are we going to do when we get back to Duster Station? I'm going to take you to the nicest restaurant they have, my adorable little engineer. Yay! I need to get away from them. I need to do something. I can't just sit idly by. I'm gonna talk to... Should I talk to Sol and Alphonse, or Kika, or the Commander, or Zuri? I kind of want to talk to Sol and Alphonse. I think I will. Any luck? Sol is driving the drones around, so he's off in a land of his own. That looks like part of the upper right engine booster. Moving on. Al, do you think we are going to find something? Now I know you are scared. This is the first time you've called me Al. Is it? Whatever, I'm not scared. It's alright to be scared, it's natural. What happens is that you are still fighting to go forward despite that fear. That is how you gain the blessing of the spirits. I hope they are with me today. Fear not, Soul refuses to let you down. He's very reliable, isn't he? I've had to owe him my life several times. That is why I try to help him, though he bears hatred for my actions. That. Foodstuffs, likely radiated. Moving on. What did you do? That is the curse I must bear silently, especially now, when Soul needs his focus. What? Did you burn all of his memories of Lena? You didn't! We should be quiet. He needs to concentrate. I should go. This conversation just got really awkward. Oh, I was just over there! Natalie, Commander Rasuna. I think Soul found something. What? What is it? Some sort of crystal, too perfect to be natural. On the screen is a small turquoise crystal in the shape of a diamond, barely larger than my thumb. So I was right. It is perfectly smooth. The color unblemished. At both ends are ornamental caps like the casings for a necklace. Oh look, you found their jewelry. Congratulations. Are we scavengers now? I'm getting a strange reading from it. From jewelry? What sort of signal? It's very faint, but it is clearly trying to transmit something. Perhaps the drone sensors are malfunctioning. Oh no, I check the sensors as a part of my weekly check. They check good every week. Could your scanning machine be broken? Maybe. Maybe. And then we have all the more reason to bring it in. If we cannot verify anything, we need to do an onboard check. I do not think it is our place to raid graves for trinkets. I need to verify that this is just a trinket, so I'll record that signal and bring in the crystal in. Commander, this is a horrible idea. I don't see any particular reason not to let the Major have her way. Is there any sort of radiation emanating from it? Nothing out of the acceptable limits. Bring it in. And down to the engineering bay. I'm coming with. Me too. Major Hackett, you have the control. I suspect all of us want a closer look at this odd gem. Oh, okay. I was like, is he here? We just told him to take over the ship. There it is! Let me take it. I'll be smashing this one as well. If it survived the destruction of the ship without so much as a scratch, I doubt anyone here is going to do anything. It was probably in a case. Better safe than sorry, before she somehow finds a way. We shouldn't be touching it with our hands. Kylie, go get the... Got it! Old Doc nearly jumps out of his skin as Kiku plucks the crystal out of the drone by the tips of the metal casing. Lieutenant, what? It's just jewelry. Do you know something that we don't? Information I should be privy to hearing. It's just jewelry, right? Could you be the one who stole my research data? From the frightened, angry look on your face, I'm confident he knows more than he's letting on. I know the basics of safety. You don't take weird things found from destroyed spaceships bearing super weapons and play around with them. The only thing weird about this is why some crusty old researcher had such a pretty necklace piece. It takes all kinds to make a galaxy, I suppose. Here, Major, catch. With complete disregard for protocol, Kika tosses me the gem. Its weight couldn't be more than a few grams. It's pleasant to look at, the way it sparkles in the light of the engineering bay. I could see why it might be nothing more than a gem in some piece of gaudy necklace. Yeah. Still, it is strange. There should be some sign of damage to it. My gut tells me this isn't any ordinary gem. But if I'm right about the ship being perused and destroyed by Rowtens, why would they leave this behind? They've been cleaning their trails very well. Leaving the weapon behind would be silly. It's so pretty. Could I have it? It would look perfect with my dress uniform. No, Kylie, you cannot. Not until I've had my time at investigating it. For being blasted by a destroyed spaceship, it's remarkably smooth. Do not touch it. You may destroy the evidence you seek. True, I rubbed my finger along the side of the blue crystal, expecting it. Why do you rub things? Expecting it to be as cold as ice. Instead, I feel a slight tickle and the warmth of the sun radiating through. Okay, you do not rub an object that is supposed to be like a weapon of mass destruction. You do not rub it. You don't know how it's activated. You could like blow yourself up. You fool! Colonel? A small light shines from inside the crystal. It seems to be showing a slight chemical reaction to my... What's out? What happened to the lights? Flight Officer Miggy, did you do something? Wah! We are doomed! Flight Officer Miggy, what happened? I want answers. Ma'am, bridge. Our primary and secondary engine generators just went offline. Did someone bump the emergency shutoff? What happened, Colonel? Why are you asking me? What happened, Colonel? I assure you that I know not the cause. Know not what caused the engines to shut off. I am a doctor, not an engineer. I wonder sometimes. You're a terrible doctor. I don't believe you. Commander, the crystals. They... What about the Beleno crystals? They're supposed to be all white and shiny, but the ones in the primary engine have gone all clear and dull. They're all cracked as well. Whatever, put in a distress message and have someone bring us out new ones. I can't imagine this the first time Beleno crystals went out, but they went out in the primary and the secondaries at the same time. So, In tech school, we were told that it had never happened before. Nothing should damage to cause crystal damage. Well, another universe record has been set with Kika Star. You stupid, ignorant, senile girl, do you not understand what has just happened? We can't make the shift jump until someone brings us new one. We're stuck here for a week. It sucks, but that's the risk you take when you travel in space. The Bellinol crystals do more than just make the shift jump. They are the focal points for power generation, as well as critical parts of our long-distance radio. Why do you know all this? I don't like you. Without them, the engines won't generate power. We have backup generators. They use the crystals as well. If every single one of them went out... Kylie, please finish that sentence. Major Hackett, tell me to bring all generators back online. I've been trying. They're refusing to accept startup commands. Battery power is at 98%. We have stuff that doesn't require the crystals, right? We really don't absolutely need them, right? Where is she going? Major Hackett, do you have this signal recording from the... Is now the time? Cross-check it against those of our normal Bellinol crystals. Checking. Computer says that it is identical, but it is the opposite phase. 180 degrees phase shift. My brilliant but ignorant SITO. What happens when two signals that superposition of opposite direction wave pulses? It causes destructive interference, but they are just stones, ordinary rocks. We use as focal point. You're wrong. They're living stones that have souls. Rocks don't have souls. Souls reside in more than just mortal shells. Kylie, are you suggesting that this opposing wave generated by the recovered crystal created a wave that killed ours? In your mysticism, I want the truth in gosh darn plain English. She's saying that the only thing capable of generating power to keep things like life support and thrust are now permanently offline. What's her name on life support? Because if she is, we have just killed her. But we kind of need those things. Bless me. The batteries we use for dry dock situations should keep the ship powered for another 24 hours. But we kind of need power after that. What then? I'll tell you what happens. We die. We die because someone just couldn't accept leaving well enough alone and going home. Now we get to stay here forever! Just like the researcher said, we have the key to the entire universe, and we just locked ourselves out of it. Good job, Natalie. You killed us all. I don't know how long I stood there, eyes glazed, mind numbed by Kika's horrible revelation. By the time I can get the thoughts running again, the room is empty. I killed us. Does that make me a zombie? Now is not the time for lame jokes. Did you hear them? Gonna die in a day. I heard them loud and clear. It's all my fault. If I would have known what that thing was from the start, if I would have thought things out better, we'd have futures as something other than corpses. You're gonna fix it. You say that with so much confidence. Because I know you scholar types. When the going gets tough, you get clever. I bet you have a solution brewing already. Does dying count as a solution? I'm not much of a fan of that one. Let's try your second plan. You do have a second plan, right? You are the Special Investigations and Tactics Officer. You have to have a secret plan to get us out of this. Zuri's pleading eyes betray the fear I know she shares with me. As strong as any soul is, accepting death as something that doesn't come easy. But being an officer means that sometimes you have to put your own fears aside to keep everyone else's in check. I have to be strong for Zuri. Not yet, but I'll think of something. We don't know anything about that crystal, and the first step in our plan to save ourselves is to rectify that situation. Actually, I think I might have an idea. Picture, Zuri. What if it contained instructions on the operation of the crystal? If worst comes to worst, we can try testing on the crystal. What's the worst that could happen at this point? We could start chain reaction that ends all space travel as we know it. I'm being silly. Don't look at me like that. The problem is we don't know if we haven't already done that. But all you did was touch it. There's no way any civilization, even if they were really old, would be stupid enough to have something so unsafe. We can only hope, Zuri. Let's go back to the lab and see if we can work our way out of this pit I've dug. But what can I do? This is all above dumb Zuri's head. You can support me. I'll feel much better if I know I have you watching over me, preventing me from possibly killing us all. Even though I suspect it may be too late for that. What was it all for if I still can't protect anyone when we are all in danger? But I want you there with me, Zuri. I don't want to risk anyone deciding they want some revenge on me before I have a chance to make things right. Thanks for thinking of me, but I'll just smash up your lab and make things worse. I'm going to bed. Wait, Zuri! Slowly the clinking of her footsteps fades away, leaving me alone in the engineering bay. Alone, forsaken. The same way I entered the ship, probably the same way I'm going to leave it. Zuri might not have been able to have helped me with the translation or potential experimentation. Just having her around gave me confidence and meaning to keep fighting. For the first time I feel weak, not sick or tired, but lacking the strength to keep up the fight, knowing you just killed 8 other people and tribes with stake through your heart. But I can't give up now, even if I must do it alone. Then I have to at least keep trying, not for promotion, but for what I owe the people on the ship. I look the blue crystal in my hand and try not to touch its surface. Such a beautiful crystal that brings such unbridled destruction. I see why the researcher wanted you left to the depths of space. I bring up the data pad with a detached sense of nostalgia. If Zuri were here, I'd have chided her for not securing her data pad with a password. As the programming keeps on, I glance at the old picture of the little Draymonds. I guess that will be us soon. Nothing more than memories in someone's data pad. Regrets fill my head. I never got to see the Emerald City. I never got to see a real space battle. I never got to go exploring the castles of Rhea Shaka with Mom. She'll go on thinking I'm still somewhere out there forgetting to call again. When they find us, she'll know that her daughter didn't live up to her potential. And it won't just be my parents. I remember meeting Soul's family when we visited Directorship Road together. I was the daughter he never had, the old man said. Even if I get us home, I can't imagine the report ending in my favor. They'll all look at me with such shame. But that's my burden to bear. The translator program is finished, and it is time to face my fate. The red no entries found crushes what little remains of my heart. The limited database I have to work with couldn't determine what the runes on the rock were. So much for that. Idiotly, are you in? That's Major Italy. You are a major idiot, but you can still help me. I think I've done enough helping for the day. Not quite. I need your permission to take over priority with the central computer and see if I can figure out a way to redesign our ship. You're going to redesign our engine without the use of the Velano crystal in less than 24 hours. And, do you have a better idea? You aren't accepting death lightly, are you? Whatever. Can I have access or not? Sure, let me just turn off the database link this data pad has. What was that? The picture? No, the tumbleweed bouncing around inside of your head. Yes, the picture. More secrets? Here, have the look you so desperately desire. It doesn't matter at this point. Chizari. Bless you. It wasn't a sneeze, idiotly. A Chizari. You know what it is? Of course I do. It's part of the upper class. I came from the lower. Details, Kika, details. Chizari was an ancient language from millennium ago. There's little remaining record of their galactic group civilization except that they were highly advanced. One day their civilization simply vanished. What little we have left were found from records at what was named the Chizari Royal Library. It was to hold cultural records, except that it didn't stand the test of time. Why couldn't my translator crack it? 2 reasons, idiotly. It's very flowery. Computers have problems breaking out the unique strokes. 2, the only people who can read it nowadays are the royal families. We've been using it as a secret code amongst ourselves for years to keep messengers safe. So why do you have it on a rusty datapad? My god, they weren't trying to shut Faye up. Don't you see? What? They were trying to kill you, Kika. Such is the burden of being a hero. No, they were trying to kill you because you're the only person I can contact to translate this. You can give me the answers I need. If you would have just shared this with the crew from the start, whoever has been trying to shut down my operation would have gone to more drastic measures to prevent you from assisting. Like what? Probably a laser to the brain? It wouldn't. Besides, there is a low likelihood of... You're not telling me something, are you? I shared my data, you share yours. Fine, I may have found information that indicated other ships that could have possibly, maybe, feasibly, conceivably... What this research ship? But if we have the crystal, what did they make away with? Who cares? They detonated an ion bomb, which is what tipped them away. I have no idea where they went. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I was thinking about it. Kika. So I got upset at you for constantly putting the hero of this mission off. So what? So you just wanted to see me squirm in front of the commander. Dang it, Kika. It's not like that information was going to help us out anyway. That's for me to decide. Whatever, if you have it now, I'll translate this thing out for you as an apology gift, and you can let me start redesigning arrangement. Sure, whatever makes your final moments better. Sol said he wanted to see you at the bridge. Go make him happy and then get back here. I should be done by then. I'm not taking orders from you. Hush, let's talkie more walkie. Oh, I hate her significantly less than I did before. I can't give up hope yet. You called for me? Finally, someone who still has a working brain has arrived. What's going on? Between Wingy doing his voodoo preparing for death ceremony and the commander staring off into space, I'm up a shit creek without a paddle. Hate to tell you this, but we've already sailed up the creek before they stopped working. I'm well aware I was listening, Natalie. We still have to talk about after all of this is resolved about your safety procedures. I know. I wasn't thinking. It was incredibly stupid, and I'm sorry. As long as you are more careful next time, I forgive you. Is there going to be another time? There is. If I have anything to say about it, and if I can get someone to listen to my orders and rally. Slimeball and Kylie went off and aren't answering comms either. How are we supposed to do anything if nobody's willing to take the initiative and fight? Kika is. I am. I knew the house cat would rise to the occasion. She spends all day basking in the light of her own glory, but she'll catch the mouse when needed. Was that a compliment? It was. Don't look so skeptical. Kika is always there when we need her. No matter how desperate. Alphonse, however. I told you, I'm praying right now for the spirits to guide our souls to the afterlife. Could you pray for a solution to our problem instead? If the spirits have deemed this our time to die, so we shall. Such is the fate of those bound by the mortal coil. Absolutely useless. My friend, you never see beyond the physical. Because, in case you forgot, it is the physical that is trying to kill me. Darn it, Alphonse. Though I appreciate your looking to me for aid in these dark times, I do question what good I could do. Spirits have given us many to aid our plight, including one who stands before us. You could have just stopped worrying, trusted your people for your information. I do trust them. I trust Natalie with my life, as we all do. They trust me with their lives, even though I have no clue how to save them. They trust me even though my folly was what put us in this situation in the first place. Idiots. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. I'd like to think we're going to be able to survive this, but we are going to need to get everyone off this self-defeating attitude and back to work. You included, Natalie. We need leaders now who look like they are in control. There's only so much I can do alone. The good news is that our little burst didn't get past 5 meters. The signal it shot was incredibly weak. How do you know? The radios are still fine. I can get a distress message out and let the universe know of our flight. For a moment, my heart dances with joy at the thought of being rescued. The dream of the Space Force riding in with cavalry and fixing my mistake is just that, a dream. The transmission time for this deep and unknown space is more than 24 hours by itself. Add in travel time, we'd be dead for a week before anyone would arrive. I know, I'm not going to be our silver bullet to slay this problem. I figured that you might feel better if you knew you didn't cause a universal disaster. Thanks. Also, once I get in contact with everyone, I'm going to allow everyone to use the radio to send final messages to their loved ones. Final messages. Despite his constant words of reassurance, his actions tell me the truth behind his words. We are dead. I killed us. No amount of hope is going to save us. The little boon of hope is ripped from my bosom and tossed to the depths of space. Soul, my friend in competition in this universe, has declared us finished. I'm going to let the junior officers use it first, but I think you should use it after that, Natalie. What could I tell my mother? Goodbye? Soul moves closer to me, close enough that I can feel his warm breath on my ear as he leans in. As soon as I sent a report about what happened already, I didn't read much of it, but let's say that Longears wasn't quite glowing about her review of your actions throughout our time. She's blaming me. I think she's trying to have you brought up on charges of criminal negligence. She's trying to put me in jail. We are on the cusp of death, and the commander wants to drag my name through the mud. She's never liked us ITOs. The mutant freak thinks this is the last chance she'll ever get her revenge on your organization. But she's right. This is all my fault. I'm the one who screwed up. I kind of deserve it. Natalie, let me be perfectly clear with you. You screwed up. Yes. Yes, you did. Big time. If you would have waited until you were in the lab, none of this would have happened. But that was then and this is now. Hindsight is always perfect. Blaming ourselves for what we have done doesn't fix anything. It keeps us focused on the unchangeable. I trust you, Natalie. Do you trust me? Of course I do. Write your report, and be honest about it. However, don't blame yourself. You couldn't have seen this coming. After that, keep fighting. I'm counting on you. Bottle up your feelings, Natalie. Even though you may be wrong, and you are to blame for this, you are a major in the Catageon Space Force. If these are your final hours, let everyone see you as being the strong leader they need, even if your heart is crushed into pieces. Alright, so I'll write it. Good. Also, don't forget to send something to your mom. You always forget to let her know what you're up to. Yes. Dear Mom, your daughter screwed up and is now about to die alongside her crew because of it. That's why I won't be home for leave after this tour. Whoops. I have to send something. She's always worrying so much about me. Because she loves you. You should be glad to have a mother who cares so much. I think I'm going to send that letter. Even though she never wanted me to do this, she was always there to support me. Just like all of us. Natalie, do you remember when you almost failed your fitness test in the academy? I tried to forget that. You never told us that how close you cut it. You tried half a dozen training plans in secret, none of which worked for you. Natalie, how did you finally bring your score up? Tell me. I asked you for help. You asked me, and I asked our entire squad. We all started training together, and what happened? I get it. Do you? Because I'm watching it happen all over again. You don't have to bear this burden alone. Myself, Zuri, Alphonse, Faye, even the House Cat are pulling for you and want to help take the world off your shoulders. Atlas? Who's Atlas? Is that my last name? Ah! Even the slimeball and Kylie would, if they ever answer their summons. We pass or fail as a team. So my name is Natalie Atlas. I don't remember my last name. No, my last name is Lucille. Who's Atlas? The lesson is as true today as it was when Rumford first told us it. The reverse holds true as well. I let Zuri walk away even though I know she isn't holding up well. Why don't you go get a couple of hours of rest? You look exhausted. He's right, you look like you're about to pass out. I've been up for coming up on 24 hours now, but I can't rest yet. You aren't going to help anyone in that shape. Take a break. Get a nap. But Kiki is hard at work on a solution. Let Kitty take care of the situation for now, get a few winks, and then take over our miraculous victory from there. Exhaustion is about to overtake me. My legs and spirit almost refusing to go on. There's one thing I have to do before I can take a short rest. Because if death is to take us, I don't want to die with this regret on my shoulders. Okay, but I need to do one thing first. Natalie. Thanks, Soul. Thanks for everything. No problem. Just take care of yourself, write that report, and we'll come out of this on top. Thanks as well, Al. May the spirits guide us all this day. Hopefully Zuri's in a room. Oh. Okay. Alright. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.